Hello, hello, my name is Sam Ederle. This is Common Enemy. I am not having much fun, but let's see if we can turn that around. Today's common enemy is Plankton, as in Sheldon Plankton, as in the arch nemesis and former best friend of Mr. Krabs. Now, he's a real pain in the ass for Mr. Krabs. In fact, I would argue that if Mr. Krabs had a gun with 2 bullets in a room with Hitler, Stalin, and Plankton, he would shoot Plankton twice. Not because Plankton's worse than them, but just because he probably doesn't know him. You know, Hitler and Stalin, they're horrible people, but probably had very little impact on Bikini Bottom. Not to mention, even if he did know what they did, they'd be really, really big next to Plankton and Mr. Krabs. So the bullets Mr. Krabs shoots from a gun that he's able to hold would do very little or possibly no damage to them at all. Plankton. Back to Plankton. He is a conniving, Cyclops-looking thief who operates the disgraceful Chum Bucket, conveniently located right across the street from the very successful Krusty Krab. Sidebar. Plankton is just your average, small-time thief trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula. He's pretty harmless, right? A minor criminal, honestly, not even someone you need to really worry about. Mr. Krabs certainly isn't very concerned about him because he's a constant failure that'll never win at anything. He can hardly put one foot in front of the other without tripping and ruining his plan. It's almost unbelievable how bad he fails. It's almost not real. It's almost like Plankton is failing on purpose. Like he's creating a mirage of this guy who can't seem to succeed, and so everyone, including the Bikini Bottom Police Department, completely ignores him. But I ask you this: how has Plankton managed to keep his wildly unsuccessful restaurant in business all these years when the restaurant actually gets no business? How is he paying rent or mortgage or property taxes? How is Plankton staying afloat when his only revenue stream is supposedly this failing restaurant? Okay, I want to be clear. Plankton is not a dumb person, okay? That much should be obvious to everyone. He took a calculator and a mass of wires when he was in grade school and combined those to create a waterproof supercomputer named Karen, who he eventually married. Does that make him crazy? Yeah. Does that make him a bit power hungry? Sure. But does that make Plankton dumb? I don't think so. I don't. I think it actually makes him probably the smartest person in Bikini Bottom. It makes him probably the most capable person in Bikini Bottom. The kind of person that has the aspirations and capabilities to succeed well beyond the confines of a small suburban community and potentially run a business that operates far and wide across the deep blue sea. The kind of person that is always one step ahead. Sidebar. So where have we seen this before? A very smart person who appears to run a simple fast food restaurant but is really running a much larger operation behind the backs of everyone around him. That's right, we've seen this with Gus Fring, owner and operator of Los Pollos Hermanos, who is secretly a major methamphetamine distributor in the Southwest United States. You see, Gus knew that the secret to being a great drug dealer is not only the distribution of the drugs, but also the appearance of a normal life. You need a cover as someone that isn't even capable of such massive illegal activity. So let's look at the facts. Plankton created and constantly powers a waterproof supercomputer. He has no customers. I cannot imagine the cost of his electric bill and property expenses, but I know he's not covering it with restaurant income. Would it be crazy to think that the Chum Bucket might be a front for a much larger drug operation Plankton is running? Would it be crazy to think that his futile attempts to steal the Krabby Patty formula are just a performance to keep Mr. Krabs and the greater Bikini Bottom area thinking Plankton is a non-factor? Would it be crazy to think that Plankton isn't a failure, but that he's actually such a success that he's running circles around all of us? Personally, I don't think that'd be very crazy at all. The Chum Bucket. The Chum Bucket. He's taunting us. Hiding right there in plain sight. You know, One of the ways that drugs are able to be discussed and dealt all around the world is the use of slang terms: grass, hash, snow, powder, bars, beans, speed. It makes the illegal substance fit seamlessly into common discourse. Well, how about chum? How about a bucket of chum? How about the chum bucket? As innocent as it seems, could I see a group of teenagers buying a chum bucket behind a barrier reef to get high? Yeah. Could I see some young fish dropping chum before they go to see their favorite musician, Seal, live at concert? I think I could. I don't know. I mean, in the end, I'm not here to catch the bad guys. I'm just here to expose them. Thank you.